Jim, this is asking you about an episode you involved in. I think you had some lofty title, assistant producer or something on this one. It was Ireland, Heroes Hill, Knockdhu, that's the right pronunciation, County Antrim. What are your memories of that, and why do you think it would be good for someone to watch that if they get a chance?
Wow, where do I start? My memories of it, from a production perspective, are mud, and a bit more mud. A very helpful farmer pulling vehicles out of the mud with his tractor. Knockdhu was an extraordinary Iron Age promontory fort overlooking the sea in Ireland. The setting was absolutely beautiful, and the countryside leading up to it was covered in prehistoric monuments, stone rows, all manner of things, just amazing. So it was a fantastic location to start with. It was grim because the weather was not kind to us. So if people want to see the team suffering, then tune in. So it was quite difficult from a production standpoint. But having said that, I have a personal memory of that because I remember that the director had a really good idea that he wanted to capture a sunrise so he could use this sunrise. And of course, who did it fall to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning with a camera crew and go and film the sunrise, which was never used, I hasten to add. But I did have the experience, and I have some incredible photos from doing that morning of the sun coming up over the sea and across the promontory fort. Just extraordinary.
Just to stop you in the middle of your elegiac description of sunlight, would you mind telling us what the hell we were looking for, and did we find anything?
Well, we were trying. Yeah, I'm getting to that, Tim. You interrupted when I was about to tell you. So what we were trying to, if I recall correctly, what we were trying to understand was that this was a bit of an odd site. It was thought to be a promontory fort, but that sort of wasn't confirmed. And there were also some weird lumps and bumps on it that we didn't really understand. The access to it wasn't clear. Why would you put a promontory fort in this weird location? So what I remember from it quite distinctly is a classic time team approach where gradually over the 3 days, the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle started to come together and with Francis, with his prehistoric mind on this. And I remember Henry coming forward and suddenly realizing, once he'd got all the landscape information, that we had not only the fort, but we had this natural causeway that led down to a huge gateway that was the way in and out of the site. And it was this sudden moment of realization where you're like, oh, right, that's how it works. It was brilliant. And I remember the reconstruction. And we excavated the gateway as well, which was, that was last minute. But we needed to prove that's what it was, and we did. I think for anyone watching, it's a good example of one of those sites where you see the skills of the team bring their different, pieces of the puzzle together to give us an answer. And funnily enough, it's sort of a just-in-time answer as well, which is often the way with the team. I'd highly recommend it. And interesting, of course, for us to be in Ireland, where we didn't go very often. And if you're watching Knockdhu, you just have to imagine that behind the camera there's some slightly miserable, very damp production team members covered in mud who've already been up for 6 hours.